Okay, so you obviously know who I am, Gene from the maverickstar Observatory. I'm going to give you a little heads up here. There's going to be some profanity in here, there's going to be some swearing because, you know, I just want to let off a little bit of steam. You know, I encourage you guys to join me, grab a beer, and, you know, I'm interested in your comments. I'm sure there's going to be a few at the end of this video. I'm just pissed off. I'm just pissed off with a lot of things. I'll go through them. You know, first of all, you know, this Black Lives Matter. Why do they only matter? Is what I want to know. Why is it only Black Lives Matter? I'm not racist. I just want to ask the question, why is it Black Lives Matter and not life matters? What about the biodiversity of our planet? Does that not matter? Does the planet not matter? You know, this is the mentality we're living with today. You know, I'm a very patriotic person of my country. You know, I love my country, but I don't like where it's going, probably like you guys. You know, we've got a history which, you know, people that live in our country today don't appreciate. You know, we have fought thousands of years of war in the UK. Over thousands of years, lost lots of life. I'm just, you know, concerned about that person that was thinking that by putting his life on the line and probably lost it in that day of battle, medieval battle, you know, because we've got a history that goes back thousands of years in this country. You know, we are warring species, that's one thing for sure, but we have fought for every grain that we have today in this country, and Britain as well, because, you know, the other countries that make up Britain fought alongside with us. So today, I'm just, you know, I'm just concerned of what we are giving away freely to people that come in this country and just hate us for that matter. My grandparents, my grandfather fought in 1940s during the Second World War, and my grandma witnessed baby's arms being blown off and landing on the windowsill of houses. In fact, I wouldn't be here today if she had gone back to her friend's house that night, because her friend had an air raid shelter in her back garden and my nan didn't. And my nan said after they come out of the cinema, when the air raid shelter was, you know, when the air raid sirens were ringing, she said, go back to mine, we've got an air raid shelter, you'll be safe. And my nan said, I can't do it because I'm expected back at home, and even more so now. So my nan went back home. The next day, a friend's house took a direct hit and killed the whole family. You know, this is just some of the things in our history that make us what we are. And, you know, for people to come here into our country and, you know, just nothing but moan about everything we give them, and we give them everything. You don't even need a job in this country anymore, and that's why, you know, today we're seeing, and yesterday, so many people crossed the channel from places like Syria and other eastern countries. You know why they want to be here? It's because as soon as you land foot on this territory, you will be looked after. We are a great country that look after its people and its residents and its visitors. And, you know, when I see just things like our history and our historical monuments being pulled down, and, you know, great buildings being destroyed by graffiti, you know, it upsets me a little bit. You know, what about white lives? What about yellow lives? You know, this country is made up of a lot of ethnicities. What about all the other lives? And why are you so, you know, important that you don't include them? I will say this. Me personally, I can let it go over my head sometimes, but I know a lot of people that are getting tired of this, you know, and that, you know, we feel that we can't use even English language anymore. You know, I've heard radio presenters that give up their jobs because of a certain word was used. I'm not going to repeat that word, but I'm just sick and tired of it. You know, it's crazy. The world is going absolutely crazy right now. and you know, it's becoming harder to have an opinion. You know, I could probably get banned for just talking lightly on the subject of the things I have right now, because people would disagree. They would think that, you know, what I've said is absolutely wrong, but it's not. You know, what about the nationalists of this country, the nationalists of your country, and the generosity that we have shown other countries and their residents that have come here to settle with us. And I will say this right now, even David Cameron said integration has failed. And you know why he said that? It's because these people that come into our countries don't integrate. They stay in their own communities and they help themselves. They don't help us. When they use other services, it's always at the services of those people that they are part of that ethnicity group. It's clear as day. I'm just stating what I have seen personally and what a lot of other people have seen personally. You know? I'm just saying, you know, what about a little bit of fucking goddamn respect? We have fucking fought for fucking thousands of years, and our ancestors, our family members that go back thousands of years, have fought and spilt their blood on battlefields to obtain what we have today. And if you're given that tomorrow for free, you should fucking definitely appreciate that. Absolutely. Because you know, in your own country, you won't get those opportunities. You know, I know in some of these people's countries, they get stoned to death for committing adultery. You know, it's barbaric. They're still chopping people's heads off in these countries. YouTube have taken it upon themselves to penalise me. Can you believe that? You know, the Observatory is there to inform people of an anomaly that is taking place, that last took place 780,000 years ago, if it's not an excursion. But there's something a little bit strange about this anomaly, and I'll tell you straight, and this is why I'm so intrigued about it. It's why I invest a lot of my time in this, and that is because something is different from all the other reversals that took place on this planet. I'll tell you why that is. It's because on average, every 350,000 years there was a reversal. Every 350,000 years, almost to the dot, there was a reversal. It's gone 500,000 years since the last reversal. So something, the dynamics in our planet, in the core, has changed. The dynamo has changed. Its behaviour. And we should have, you know, we should share caution to that. Because, I've pointed out before, Mars had a magnetosphere. Mars had an active core. And we know that because it had volcanoes erupting on its surface. Well, none of those volcanoes on Mars has erupted in the last 500 million years. Three years ago, or 2 years ago, I showed you the reduction from then of 1/3 of the active volcanoes on our planet right now. So 2 years ago there was 1/3 more. So if there was 90, there's now 60. Is this an indication of something slowing down in our core? And does it really fucking matter in that case, you know? I just find myself in a world of greedy, selfish, lazy fuckers that are not prepared to do any work, you know, or benefit the community that they live in. And you know what? It's not really a surprise. It's because we're not encouraged to anymore. You know, everything about today's society is anti-community. Do you understand that? Doesn't want to support the community, strengthen the community, strengthen the town, strengthen the city, strengthen the country. What it's all designed about now is decaying and rotting, you know, what we enjoyed 40 years and 50 years ago. You know, what we've seen this day and age is, you know, our warriors go to war for corporate interests. Oil, pipelines, and just an excuse to steal money, and I can't put my finger on a name of one politician in this world that deserves any credit whatsoever. Just can't do it. It's because they're all out for themselves. And there are some examples better than others, and I won't mention them, but some of them have more than £45 billion in their account. In fact, a lot of them do. The censorship that we saw this week I know QAnon isn't for everybody, and they classified it as a conspiracy group on Facebook was wiped away. Regardless of whether it's conspiracy or not, what was wiped away was really freedom of speech, freedom to act. Let people make their decisions. There was a poll done by one of the colleges or universities in this country recently on how many people will take the vaccine for COVID-19, and less than 50% said that they would. And they know that even producing the vaccine with inoculating 50% of the population won't be enough to eradicate COVID-19. And they're putting it down to conspiracy channels. Well, a lot of people are probably familiar with what happened with Spanish flu, and that pretty much everyone that took the vaccine died of the vaccine, or died of Spanish flu. Is it any wonder people are sceptical with the way the government behave? You know what? It is a unique time which we're living in. Somebody sent me something on LinkedIn the other day, and just they're following the amount of businesses that have been around for years that are just folding up, laying off thousands and thousands of people. And I just wonder whether we can recover from the damage that has already been caused by COVID-19, even if it was eradicated tomorrow. I just wonder if at that point we could recover from that. But we've got other things that are on the back burner which are slowly coming forward in time. And I've said this before, COVID-19 you can avoid to some degree, but the pole shift you won't. When the magnetosphere collapses and that radiation is inbound, there will be no protection. For a lot of the radiation, in any case, can penetrate through concrete. There are some ideas I've had, producing ion wind over a structure that can knock, these elementary particles, these tiny little particles, out the way by the flow of an ionic wind, which you can generate. It's not hard to do that, but you do need it to be able to create energy in order to do that, or electricity in order to do that, and it requires high voltage. It can be directed, and it could offer some percentage of protection. And we got no fucking opportunity here to develop any of this because we've just simply got no money. So, it's really frustrating, to have all the skills. I'll be honest with you, I'm going to start tomorrow a project because now, I've got the time to do it, and I might as well, use my time to try and help benefit my little unit here. And the project that I've got in mind is a big project, and it's something involving something I really hate doing. I really hate doing programming. I hate it, really badly, but I'm preparing up, I'm gearing up to do it. The technology is available and I can buy the components. There's actually a couple of projects I've got on the menu that I want to get done, and I'm probably going to be investing a lot of my time in them projects. I don't know what to do with this observatory at the moment. We are still running the observatory as we have done, but there is an obvious dry up of funds, so but that doesn't mean we can't still keep people informed, perhaps not just at the rate that we have, and maybe just those people that have been with us for a long time and supported the channel, like our patrons. Maybe that's something, if you want to become one of our patrons and still be remaining in the the know, then it's entirely up to you. But I can't put up with the fuckers that keep calling me a beggar anymore. I'm sick and fucking tired of it. I am not no fucking beggar, and I'm a lot smarter and more intelligent than a lot of these fuckers that insult me with that fucking term. How many of them have studied law? How many of them have got qualifications in science? How many of them have studied management and management at board level? Those are the people that are calling me a fucking beggar, and I need to fucking say to them, you are a fucking asshole. It just fucking pisses me off. Really does. The reason why I've got fucking no money right now is because I've been helping too many other people and not myself. That's the truth of the matter. And you know what? We live in a day and age where people would rather see other people banging, having sex on YouTube than listening to the scientists. That's the truth of the matter. Talking about a serious anomaly that's coming their way. They would rather listen and watch people like PewDiePie making millions and millions of pounds just through stupidity, because it's entertainment. That's what people want these days. They don't want to listen to scientists. We used to be respected, and now we're just looked at as fucking crazies. It's amazing. I'm interested in your comments, because we've touched on a few subjects here. We've touched on patriotism in your own country, not just mine. What your thoughts are on this only Black Lives Matter. And how we all get took for granted. How our taxpayers' money gets wasted globally on the wrong thing. But I do see some changes coming, guys. I'm starting to see the cracks appear in the vessel, and you know what? It will not be able to hold that water. And I'll just say this: there is 31,000 subscribers to this channel. We might have a haircut after this because some people won't like what I've said in it, and that's completely fine. Don't we all feel like this sometimes? But you do what you want to do. But I'll say this: we've got 31,000 subscribers, and out of that 31,000 we have less than 200 people support us on Patreon and PayPal. And is it no wonder, when we live in a day and age where there's 7 billion people on our planet, yet the Bible talks about the end times and only 144,000 people being given an opportunity? That's a fucking big haircut. And there's a reason for it. It's been emotional, and I'll say what I usually do. Bye for now.